This is the story of my backpacking trip through South America. I start in Ecuador, where I will learn Spanish and see other parts of the country. I continue traveling through the Colombian landscapes, from the desert to a 4-day hike in the jungle to the lost city. From there, I fly to Bolivia and meet my friend Aranca. Together we travel to great heights and the freezing cold. In Argentina, I only visit the northern part and check out the area of Salta and Buenos Aires. I cross the border to Brazil to see the Iguazu Falls and end the trip in Rio de Janeiro. In the morning, we had to be at the office very early to go on a 4-day trip that will go from Tupiza, near the Chilean border, to Uyuni. We were accompanied by a French couple, a guide and a cook. When we were planning this trip, we read somewhere that the 4-day trip from Tupiza was recommended. Not only would there be less people on the road, but the nature would be so beautiful and nothing was light. It was absolutely breathtaking. In the morning, it was freezing cold. While everyone dressed up in proper winter clothing, I remained hopeful that when the sun comes out, it will be nice and warm. And luckily, it did. It was so great just driving around in this beautiful landscape. We made a few stops along the way and saw a lot of animals like llamas, alpacas, ostriches and vicuñas. We made a rotation schedule for in the car, that every 4 hours we should switch seats. So everyone had the same amount of time sitting in the front seat, as well as the uncomfortable middle seat. And now it was my time to sit in the front seat. We make a stop at a beautiful rock formation and take some photos. Then we were dropped off at an old Incan village, while the car would drive around and pick us up at the bottom. We were welcomed by one of the natives, who explained us about the mining in this area. We arrived at the highest point of the day, 4,855 meters above sea level. As soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops. As you can see, most of the water freezes, or doesn't even melt during the day. When we arrived at the camp, we got ready in our rooms. It was freezing cold. And there was no heater or anything. We ate dinner completely dressed up in winter gear and dared to go outside to take some photos of the beautiful night sky. only to regret it later because it took over 3 hours to get warm enough to sleep. On the second day, we see a lot of lakes and water in general. I was hopeful that rest would be okay during the day, but the day remained very cold. The landscapes changed as we go, but it was beautiful all the same. After this cold photo shoot, it is time to go to the hot springs. And this was the best idea. We changed our clothing and relaxed for a while in the natural warm water with a gorgeous view. After this relaxing moment, we have lunch and continue to go and see the geysers. The view is gorgeous, but the smell, however, is different, like rotten eggs because of the sulfur. Our last stop of the day is Laguna Colorada, a lake that colors red from the minerals. And then we see our first flamingos. We arrive on the second camp, and thank God we have a heater in the common area. We ended up playing some card games for a while and recharge everything. Our guide comes in with the perfect solution for the night and gives us some bottles with boiled water for us to put in our beds. On the third day, we start at the desert terrain and visit a very interesting rock formation. We make a stop to take some pictures of this beautiful area with the group. Don't let the clear blue sky and the desert landscape fool you. Just as a reminder of how cold it is, we arrive at another frozen lake. And since today I have given up wearing summer clothing during the day. It is too cold. The next destination is a lake with hundreds of flamingos. There is a road we can follow to keep enough distance from the wildlife. But at some parts you can get pretty close to take beautiful pictures. There are 3 sorts of flamingos here, and you can recognize them from their color. You have white ones, very pink ones, and a color in between. After this lake, we make a stop for lunch. Our guide and cook have prepared us a picnic for today. Then we hit the road again, to a view of the Uyuni volcano at the border of Bolivia and Chile. We continue driving and come across the first salt flats. This night we slept in a salt hostel, right at the edge of the salt flats. When we arrived, we had to hurry up, because they had planned a nice sunset surprise for us. After the sunset, we quickly went back to have some dinner and then returned again to make some photos of the night sky. Unfortunately, it got a bit cloudy, but it still looked beautiful anyways. We had to be ready at 5 o'clock in the morning in order to see the sunrise at Isla Incuasi, an island in the middle of the salt flats with many cactuses. After breakfast, we continued driving to a spot to make a series of photos that mess with the perspective. Our guides are trained in what to do, so we just follow their lead, while he lies on the ground taking the shots. Then we arrived at the famous salt hostel and spent there a few minutes to take some photos and spot a famous statue of the car. And no, it's not this little one. And then we arrive in Uyuni, our last stop of the 4-day tour. Here we say goodbye to each other. In the evening, Aranka and I have another night bus, but we decided to book a hostel for a couple of hours to take a hot shower. In the next episode, you will see us attempt to climb Huayna Potosi. And later on, we will go to a 3-day tour in the Amazon.